Yo guys, welcome back to another video on our channel, and today we're going to be going over something that is going to really affect player prices in EAFC 25. That is something we've never seen before, and it's probably going to have a really big difference on the prices of some of the players within this game. Quick before we do get into today's video, though, if you are new around, be sure to subscribe to the channel notifications so you don't miss any more videos on the channel. If you do enjoy it, smash thumbs up and let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. But let's get into it right now. So what we're going to be talking about, guys, I'm probably going to do a separate video on sort of players you should keep and sell depending on if you get them in packs. But I'm going to show you something that you need to be looking out for when it actually comes to a lot of the players in this game, because I really do think once people start understanding tactics and player roles and all of that sort of stuff, this is going to have a massive impact on the player prices. So if we go and take a look at Yamin Lamau for example, as we can see here, he's got three player roles there, which are all just plus player roles. If you want to know how the player roles fully work, I have done a video on that, breaking it down so you guys can get full information on how they exactly work, but I'm going to assume that you know how they work to a degree right now. So he's got three player roles which are all plus roles, which isn't bad. That's not a bad little card to have. However, if we go and look at someone like Jude Bellingham, for example, he has the Playmaker plus, which is going to be a much stronger role for him, going to make him a very strong player for that position and in that sort of player role area. So if you play him at cam as a Playmaker, he's going to be a very strong player there. Then we could go ahead and go to players, for example, and we could sort of filter it by the player role plus. So if we done that and we came to cam Playmaker plus, which should be around about here, for example, this one right here, and apply filters, as you can see, there are only three other players with this role, being Bruno Fernandes, Rord, and then Sanchez. So you've got Bellingham, obviously from La Liga, going to be one of the best players to play in this role. You've then got Bruno Fernandes, who again could be a very popular player. Having that plus role in the Playmaker is going to be quite key. But these are going to be the only four players with plus as a Playmaker role in the cam position. So if we find that once we get in game, having a Playmaker plus at the cam position is a very broken player to have, very broken tactic and things like that, these player prices could actually increase in value, because like I say, at the start of the game, not everyone is going to know exactly how all these cards are going to play in their different player roles, because it's something brand new to the game that we've never seen before. So another one that I know is going to be ridiculously broken, I believe it is only Koundé and maybe one icon that has this, but if we come to right back, fullback, as you can see, if we do apply that filter right there, yeah, Koundé and Thuram are the only two players to have the plus role as a fullback. So if we do once again come to here and we go to player roles, we go to right backs and left backs, and we actually see what the fullback is. As you can see, if you're playing on defensive, your fullback is going to be a stay back while attacking fullback. They are going to sit all the way back and just play that defensive role, which could make Koundé a very expensive player, because if you're someone that likes to have your defense sat back, if you know you leak a lot of goals, you're going to want your defense to be quite sat back, quite deep, and you know, playing on that role without them getting forwards too much. Whereas majority of the players and the right backs and left backs are going to fall into the false back or the attacking wing back role. If you don't have the plus role of the fullback, they are actually going to end up pushing forwards quite a lot, meaning they're going to be out of position. And if they don't have the best retreating stats and the best defensive stats and stuff like that, you could really find yourself caught out of position, which is why I believe Koundé's price is going to be absolutely ridiculous, simply for the fact he has that fullback plus. And if we do take a look at left backs, I don't know how many left backs have this option as well. If we go left back, fullback, and we do apply that, so we have then got Neville. So there's only three left and right backs in total, two right backs, one left back, that have the fullback plus player role. So these player prices could actually be a lot more expensive than you think. You might look at this Neville card and go, she's nothing crazy, she's nothing special, most people aren't going to be using her. But like I said, for those people that leak a lot of goals and they want their defense playing all the way back, these fullback plus role might play a big difference, and it could seriously force the value of these cards up. So at the start of the game, Neville might only be 3, 4, 5,000 coins, but once people start working this out, and if that fullback plus role does become very overpowered and actually a very good role to have, you could see Neville's price go to 10 to 15 to 20,000 coins simply just for that player role that she does have. Exactly the same with Koundé. He's going to be quite expensive off the start anyway. I can see him going for 40, 50, 60,000 coins, but once again, if that player role comes in and it's very overpowered and people need this card for their defense, then once again, they are going to be paying a lot more of a premium price for this card. And if they want one fullback to stay back, Koundé's going to be the option. You're going to put Koundé in your team over this Neville card because it's one, it's a better card, two, it's got better links, it's just going to fit into the team more, and three, it's not going to be as expensive as Thuram. So this is like the middle ground card that a lot of people, if they need that fullback plus are going to be looking to get into their teams. So what I'm highly recommending you do, guys, is if you pack any players, or you know, you buy any players that are fairly cheap at any point and you discover they've got that plus role, what I highly recommend recommend you do is just keep hold of them for a little while. And I can't guarantee you're going to make coins. You may end up losing coins, but I just think once people start to get a feel for how custom tactics work, how player roles work, and how they have an effect on the game, I think these are actually going to make a big difference, and people are going to start going for very desired cards. And I'm not saying every single position is going to be the same. Like if we look at striker roles, for example, if we look at something like a poacher, which is basically going to be your getting behind player, we've got 3 different strikers there. We've got Haaland, Osimhen, and Dali. So once again, there's not too many options for the striker role. So if you get someone like Osimhen in a pack, or maybe even Dali in a pack, or even Haaland, you might just want to keep hold of them, because if people do find that this is the role, because from what I've heard from a lot of people that have played the beta, the poacher, even though you'd expect the poacher to be in and around the box, you know, waiting for tap-ins, they do actually play as a getting behind striker. So once again, this could be a very important role, because everyone loves to have their strikers on getting behind, make those good runs in behind. So if they've got the plus poacher role, they're going to do this really, really well, meaning their value could end up increasing in a price because of the fact they're going to be very desirable cards. They're going to play the way that people want them to play, and these again could be cards that are going to go for a lot of money. So if you do find at any point you've got a player with a plus role, what I would then do is discover how many players in that position have the exact same role as them, whether it's a centre mid certain role, a CDM certain role. Like if we look at Rodri, for example, I'm sure he's got a plus in the CDM position, which he does. So he's got the CDM deep line playmaker. So let's say you pack Rodri, for example. You could then go and look, right, what other CDMs have the deep laying playmaker plus role? And if there's only 2 or 3 of them, again, they might go up in value. If there's a fair few of them, it probably won't change the value too much. So I'm just saying, guys, I can't guarantee these are going to go up in value, because we've never seen player roles in the game before. We don't know how they are going to affect the market, but I personally just do think that this is going to make a difference to the player value, especially if they end up with a very overpowered plus player role. Like I said, the fullback player role with Kunde might go up. The getting behind or the poacher player plus may be worth a little bit more as well. So definitely just keep your eyes on the players that you pack in, see what player roles they've got, and just hold on to them, because I would be surprised if once the meta is found out, if you've got a player within that position with that player role, there's a very good chance they are going to go up in value, because it becomes the meta play style that everybody is looking for. So I recommend you just keep hold of them, just see how they are. And if we look at Harry Kane at advanced forward, for example, so this one's going to be a little bit more over the top. It's not going to be as good as the poacher plus, which means Harry Kane might not go up in value as much as someone like Erling Haaland or Osimhen, because they have that poacher plus, which is a very desirable player role for the people in the game. So if this video has helped you give an idea on players you should potentially be keeping hold of with that player plus role, if it has, be sure to smash thumbs up. Let me know if you've got any more questions in the comments below. Like I said, if you want a full breakdown on how the player roles work, I've already got a video as well as some other EAFC25 videos up on the channel. So go and check those out now. This one is finished, but I appreciate you watching all the time. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one in a bit. Peace.